4, 3, 2, 1.
Dolls and donuts, dolls and donuts. We are two dolls, we like animals. As a bonus, we eat donuts.
Hello, and welcome to the Dolls and Donuts podcast, episode 4. Today we're going to chat about what's going on in the animal rights community, what's been happening in Robin's Vegan Dollhouse, and we'll also give you the top 10 reasons why you don't want to miss the Bay Area's Vegan Prom happening in March. And then we're going to be taking your questions on Periscope about the Vegan Prom.
Or about anything you want to ask about, because
Naturally,
that's kind of how Periscope goes.
Yeah, people will just be like, boobs, question mark?
Or Bob's.
Oh, the best is, well, the perverts can't spell.
I know. And
that's
of
the
course
best
I
part
have
of
to
it.
point that out. I'm like, I'm going to ignore the fact that you use the word sex and just talk about how you use the wrong your.
This morning, your Periscope was like a den of iniquity. It was like crazy. I don't know what hour it was in some like pervert colony, but I was just blocking people like crazy, and that wasn't even my Periscope.
I love blocking people on other people's Periscopes. It's like one of my favorite.
It's just like cleaning up Periscope. You're like, I'm just avoiding this person in the future.
Yes.
To come on my Periscope.
Yeah,
but you're
like
always too
doing your future
busy.
self.
I wish I could block on your behalf.
I wish you could too. I wish everyone could block on my behalf.
Doing stuff. You're trying to like pay attention to like the actual people that are in there, and there's like boobs. And like I don't want to say like Robin, block that person, because it's another comment that you have to look at. So I feel like it's just easier for you to see the boobs. Comment and just block it, but. Yeah.
I know.
It would be nice if you could have a moderator in there just blocking people.
It would be so nice. Maybe they'll introduce that.
Yeah.
I should file a request.
It's crazy. So
for version 2.0.
Anyway, we'll be on there, and hopefully the perverts will be asleep or wherever they are. So
because they're all in one place. All perverts live on an island.
I feel like they're somewhere in a different time zone, because like it was like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
on a Sunday morning, and all the perverts are out. So I feel like if you're a pervert, I feel like it's like a nighttime activity. Mm-hmm. Not like
totally.
You just get out of church on Sunday morning and you feel
or
like,
you're at church.
Yeah, I feel like they have to be somewhere else, because that's not a 9 a.m. activity. Yeah, even if it's part of your like personality, I feel like something you'd save for later. I don't know.
You'd save it for later.
I
would save it for later.
I don't know why I think that.
I think
it's
you're
not
right.
exactly logical.
It's exactly the epitome of a logic.
Yeah,
is what you're using.
Okay, good. Yeah. Thanks. Because I feel like they have to be somewhere else.
I feel like I've noticed a trend that on weekends when I'm doing scopes during the day, because during the week, obviously, I'm only doing them after work. Yeah. And it's quite normal. But when I'm doing them during the day on weekends is when I get a lot of the pervs. And I think you're right. They're all on Perv Island.
Yeah, I've noticed that, because you've said that to me before, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pay attention. And it is like Saturday or Sunday morning at 8:30. Forget it. It's like I don't understand. I don't understand it. But hopefully the pervs are all sleeping or something.
Yeah. So we're really wanting this to be a G-rated Periscope that you guys are going to experience today. Let's hope we can keep
Periscope.
It
The rest of the podcast
we can't test for that.
Like NC-17 is what we're all going for.
Except for Robin's potty mouth, which gets us into trouble.
That's okay. We have explicit on iTunes, so we can say whatever we want, really.
Which is
unless
so
it's
nice.
really, really bad, and then they'll kick us off. But just cuss words is okay.
So we recently noticed that we had some new ratings on iTunes, and I just want to thank everyone who listens for rating us. First, I'd like to thank you for listening, honestly. Just thanks for listening, because we don't want to be doing this for no one.
Audience
for
of
ourselves.
us.
For an audience of two.
Two and my dad. Shout out to my dad, who is a diehard fan, even though he always thinks the podcast is called Donut Girls. But I'll just give him a Bible on that one. He always asks when the next podcast is coming out. So
he's so cute. I can't get my dad to listen to it. He only wants to listen to political things.
I was surprised my dad was into it, but he was like, "You're getting me thinking about things." I'm like, yeah, all right.
Yay.
So
okay, well,
we would like more than my dad.
Yes,
that's the point. Yeah.
And so surprisingly, these reviews are not from Ashley's dad. They're from two other people, and the first one is from someone named Ramona Swan. Which, what a lovely name. Love
with
that.
2 N's.
With 2 N's, Swan.
Yeah.
I really like it.
More French or something.
And the subject of the review is, it's like having 2 vegan friends who know things, which is so cute.
I like to be told I know things. That's a
And I like to be called a friend.
Oh, that too.
The review is, this is everything I look for in a podcast. Funny, smart, informative. 1 hour long, give or take. It's 1 part news and 1 part celebration of all things vegan, especially food. I'm happy to have 1 more thing to look forward to every so often. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Ramona.
Ramona, you give me goosebumps. That was such a nice review. Thank you. And of course, it was 5 stars, which is so great because right now we have
all 5 stars.
All 5 stars, and we definitely want to keep it that way.
I'm just waiting for that person to give us like 3.5.
Please don't anyone give us, please. If you're ever considering giving us less than 5 stars,
just wait.
Email us, please.
Yeah. Or wait until you find a really good episode that you like. And then when you're on a high, then you can like give them 5 stars.
Or just email us your review and give us our the feedback that we need through an email, not in the public forum.
To make it better for you. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because we really want this podcast to be for you, not for us. Yeah. So the next one is by Leapin' Lily Pads, also an adorable name. Which makes me want to leap on lily pads. And the subject is, thank God this podcast exists. I love listening to podcasts since they're a fun way to keep up to date with different topics using as little effort as possible. Yes, agreed. That is exactly me. I never read. Ashley's the reader. And I learn everything that I learn from word of mouth or from listening to me podcasts and to Ashley talk. I'm currently in the process of going vegan, and this podcast is exactly what I was looking for. I feel that by listening to you guys, I'll end up becoming vegan in no time. Yay! The segments are well done, and the content is amazing, especially for those who don't know where to find the most current news in the vegan community. I look forward to future podcasts. Keep up the good work. Yeah. If we were ever considering stopping doing the podcast, I would just need to read your review, and it would keep me going for sure.
So thank you for taking the time to write such a long one too.
And we really hope that we can help you on your journey to becoming vegan.
Yeah.
So now it's time for our segment of this podcast episode, and it's called Ask Ashley. So Ashley, what's going on with the animals?
Okay, so I have one sad, but 2 happy. So I get happier as I go along, so bear with me on this first one because it's pretty bad. So the first story I'm going to talk about is earlier this year, I think they started reporting on it on the 1st of January. There was a huge blizzard in parts of Texas and New Mexico. They're reporting that at least 30,000 cows passed away and died in this blizzard. Of course, you don't really think, okay, in Texas or New Mexico, there's going to be a blizzard. But there was, because this is the world we're living in now, right? Blizzards and crazy weather can happen anywhere now. So this huge blizzard hit, and there was no shelter for the cows. And this is mostly the dairy industry is what we're talking about. So the cows were out in the pasture or wherever, and the wind was really strong. So what happened was, if they didn't just die from freezing, right? But a lot of them were just kind of gradually pushed by the wind to the corner of the fenced pasture. They couldn't be pushed any further because there was a fence. And the wind was also blowing all the snow. So it made 14-foot snowdrifts. And the snowdrifts suffocated the cows to death. They just slowly suffocated because they would get in their nose and freeze and everything and block their mouth, and they would suffocate. So, and also because of the snow, none of the workers could get to, into the facilities to, do anything about this. For this amount of animals to pass away, obviously there's a breakdown in legislation where this could actually happen. So, but the thing that was interesting about the article that I read about this in, and I read other articles about it as well, was the callousness of it. Because the articles were really just concerned about the effect on the dairy industry. It wasn't about 30,000 animals losing their lives in a horrible way. Freezing to death and suffocation are not good ways to go. Those are pretty bad ways to die. So it wasn't about the loss of life. It was these poor farmers, I guess this area where this happened in Texas, it was 40% of the dairy industries in that area. So the dairy industry got hit really hard because all their stock is dead, right? So they were very, focused on the farmers and how they're going to make all their milk again. They also talked about how the milk that was already there was needed to be shipped out or whatever, and it probably power loss and stuff like that, and a lot of the milk went bad. So they lost that milk. And then they also said that some of the cows that were probably inside, so it survived, but like I said, the workers couldn't get to the facility, so the animal went like 1 or 2 days without being milked. And they're saying, well, since they weren't milked, like, that will dry up their supply. Because the animal said, like, if the milk is continually leaving the body, they need to produce more, right? Because you're out of milk. Mm-hmm. So the cow's body is saying, oh, okay, well, the calf, right, isn't taking the milk, isn't drinking, so I don't need to produce anymore right now. Because usually they're just completely drained of their milk every day, several times a day. So the body just has to keep producing and producing and producing because they're like, I have to feed this calf. Even though it's just humans stealing it. But so to them, it's not like, oh, this cow's body actually got a break. It's like, oh no, now like when we milk her, she's not going to make milk right away because her body's reacting to not being milked, right? So they're losing more milk. That's all they see. It's just losing milk everywhere. Losing milk that's already been taken from the animal, losing the that one individual cow not making their quota, I guess, and then the cows that died out in the snow. So all the kind of articles I read was kind of about this. It was just like the loss of milk. That was it. They mentioned the number, and like how how the animals passed away, but that was it. It was really sad. And there was a quote from the Texas Association of Dairymen saying like, our thoughts and prayers are with all of the dairy farmers in Texas. And I'm just like, they're all alive.
Yeah.
They're all alive. Does anybody care about the 30,000 animals that died? Horrible, horrible deaths that were avoidable? Sure. And when there's horrible, crazy weather conditions, people die, animals die. I mean, that's unfortunately the way of the world. There's no reason for that amount of animals to die. No reason. And it's like, everyone's so upset for the farmers. Thankfully, in some of the comments, I try not to go into the comment section, because people are crazy. But there was a lot of people saying that, something has to be done, that this should never have happened at this scale. So a lot of people were angry about it, thankfully, in the comments. So hopefully the only good thing I could see coming out of this is that maybe people will start drinking less milk because there will be a little dent in the milk industry. There won't be as much product, at least from that area of Texas. And also hopefully maybe some legislation will get passed that at least there has to be some shelter. So it's a sad situation, but hopefully, something will come out of it. I don't know if it will. Yeah, so that's the saddest story, that a lot of poor animals died earlier this year in Texas and New Mexico. But on to happier news. So many of you probably heard that, I think it was last year, Ringling Brothers announced that they were going to retire all their elephants by 2018. Mm-hmm. And send them to their sanctuary, I'm doing air quotes, in Florida. And so earlier this month, they said that they are going to retire their elephants by May of this year, 2016. Awesome. So like a year and a half early.
Nice.
Which is good. So they're going to go to their sanctuary in Florida, and there's already 29 elephants there that have retired from the circus. There's 11 on the road now. So those 11 will join them, and there'll be 40 at Ringling's facility in Florida, which is great because I cannot believe in 2016 people are still going to the circus.
I know.
I guess I just I can't comprehend that because I see people. I don't have a personal Facebook. I have the Vegan Adventure Facebook, and sometimes I just oh, do you know this person? Do you know that person? And it's people that I know personally. And I'll see distant family members having their kids on the back of an elephant at a Ringling Brothers show. And I'm like, what century is this? I cannot believe people that I'm actually kind of know or are semi-related to put their kids on the back of an elephant at a circus. And it's I just can't believe that people still do that and think it's
Don't make the association.
This is not the Dark Ages, but people are still going to the circus. Less so, I think. But I've seen people, on Instagram and taking their kids to the circus, and I just can't comprehend what you'd think your child would get out of that. Really. You know what I mean? They're just teaching, oh, look at us. We can take whatever we want and do whatever we want with anything on this earth. Everything belongs to us, and we can take one of the most magnificent, strongest, one of the biggest land animals on Earth and beat it into submission so they stand on each other's backs. That's not something I'd want to teach my kid, or make it normal and fun for them to see. So I'm glad this is happening because people, even though people are catching on to this way more, they're still selling tickets, unfortunately. So Ringling said that it was because of economics, not complaints, that they are retiring the elephants, which I don't really see the distinction. Because you'd think that people becoming more aware of animal rights and some critical thinking here. How you would make an animal of that size do a little human's bidding. You know what I mean? Like, do tricks. How could someone do that? Like, come on, just like some critical thinking really goes a long way. They just basically chain them up, beat them, use bull hooks, and like withhold food and all kinds of things to get them to do the tricks. So, people not as many people buying tickets plays into the economics of owning elephants in a circus. So I don't see the distinction between that. So I think they just kind of like said that to say, well, we're not doing it because of the animal rights people or because people are buying less tickets because they don't like the elephants being part of the show.
Are there still other animals besides elephants?
Yes, elephants are the only ones that are retiring. That's one kind of issue that is being brought up during all this. Like, they still are going to have the big cats, the lion, the tigers jumping through hoops of fire. The king of the jungles jumping through hoops of fire for our entertainment, which is ridiculous. But they're saying, okay, well, now that you've retired the elephants, you need to move on to the other animals that shouldn't be.
Totally.
Cirque du Soleil makes tons and tons of money, and they say they will never have animals in their show. So it's not like it can't be done. You can have the trapeze artist, the whoever, all the different things at the circus and just not have the animals because it's just, it's archaic at this point. So there's some kind of like strings attached to this sanctuary that they're going to in Florida that I read about in a New York Times article that'll be in the description for the episode. Apparently they are still chaining the elephants, and the representative from Ringling said that they chain them at night so they don't steal each other's food, but during the day they're out in the pasture and they're like free roaming or whatever. There's some speculation that they still use bull hooks and electric prods at the sanctuary. They've only admitted to chaining them at night. It's like, well, they spend in the circus on the road, they spend most of their time chained in a train car. When they're traveling, right? That's what most of the time spent. So they're still being chained part of the day. And also they're being part of cancer research now. It's not as bad as it sounds, but it's still fishy. So because elephants have I think it's a P53, I could be wrong, gene. It means they're exceptionally good cancer fighters. Like, elephants don't get cancer. It's very rare for an elephant to get cancer, right? Mm-hmm. So they're just basically partnering with, I think it was like pediatric cancer associations and organizations where they just draw blood. And they're just studying the blood to see what is it, like, can this help humans in any way, studying the blood of the animal. And my personal feeling is if they're taking the blood to assess the health of the elephant and they want to look at it for other reasons, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. If they're doing experiments on them, I'm not okay with that. Yeah, totally. But as far as I've understood it, they're just taking blood samples and they're just trying to see what the puzzle piece is for why elephants don't get cancer, and seeing if that can help humans in any way. So from what I understand it, that's all it is. But who knows, really, right? I kind of feel like it's a way, way better improvement than the life they had on the road. Mm-hmm. But of course, if they're being owned or under, if they're being owned by anybody in the circus or entertainment industry, they're never truly going to be free of exploitation. They're still under the Ringling umbrella, and, while it's a great, great improvement to their quality of life, there's, it's still kind of fishy. But I'll take it, because I'd rather them, you got to take your small wins in this.
All the steps in the right direction are setting a precedence, and that's the important part.
Yeah. So it's one little win, and I'm sure they'll have a better life, even if there's some issues that hopefully will get ironed out in the future with them being at that sanctuary. But that's happy, because it's actually, they could have had another year and a half on the road, or more, because Ringling wasn't forced to retire them. They said, we're going to retire them in 2018, and they're doing it this year in May. So that's good. That's a big win, because people have been protesting elephants at the circus for, God,
so
long time.
10 years at least.
Oh, God, probably. Yeah. It's been a big, like, animal rights
I went to a protest 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's been a very hot issue for animal rights, or people that just care about animals, or an animal that clearly does not belong in that environment, you know? So that's a great one for the elephants, our elephants.
Yay!
Okay, so the last story is something that happened just a few days ago. And I don't know if any of you are familiar with Maxine's Dash for Freedom. It's a farm sanctuary video that's on YouTube, so you can look it up that way. Just put in Maxine's Dash for Freedom. It's about a cow that got loose in one of the, like, outlying areas of New York City, and she escaped a slaughterhouse. So this is kind of, she now lives at a farm sanctuary. So this is kind of the same situation that happened a few days ago. A cow they've named Freddie escaped from a slaughterhouse in Queens. So people are just driving, going on their day, and there's a cow running around in the street. And it was, of course, scared to death and was running away from everyone. And they ended up cornering it in a parking lot, or like a parking structure, and they lassoed it and were able to capture it. And an animal lover kind of came to the rescue, and they just, he talked to the company and convinced them to let him have him. So now he's at Skylands Animal Sanctuary. So he's not going back to the slaughterhouse. He's lucky that he got out and he wasn't just captured again and sent back. It's an interesting story because, just like Maxine's, like, once you, like, put a name on the cow, one cow gets out and runs around and people see its face, they don't, like, there would be a outcry if that cow was sent back. You know what I mean? People would not have it, they couldn't really stop it, but people would be really upset about it. But it's like, there's no difference between that cow that ended up breaking free and running through the streets and the one you ate last night on your plate.
There's a difference. That one escaped.
Yeah, that's
He's like,
you see its face, and you see its face, and it has a name and all of that. So if you're interested in this story, I would definitely check out Maxine's Dash for Freedom, because Farm Sanctuary did a whole little video on it. And it's a really good piece because one of the animal control employees, because they took her in before Farm Sanctuary picked her up, she really made the connection between this animal, Maxine, and, like, all the meat she'd been eating, and it really, it was really emotional for her to see this animal. And I think people will do the same with this cow. It's just sad that they can't make the connection with everyone they don't meet or see on the news, But it's a good day for Freddie. He broke out, and now he's going to have a nice long life.
Yay, Freddie.
In New Jersey. It's better than a slaughterhouse.
I know. Barely, but it is.
No offense to anybody listening from New Jersey. I'm sure it's a lovely place. I've never been there, even though I grew up in Ohio. Wait, have I? I've been to the airport in New Jersey. Does
Airports in general are like slaughterhouses.
If you touch down, if your feet touch the ground, it counts as being there, right?
It counts. I'll count it.
Okay, I'll count it too. Okay.
I've been to New Jersey. I don't have anything against it.
Isn't that where Vegan Treats is? No, it's Pennsylvania.
Close though. They're bordering each other.
Okay, so let's talk about some yummy vegan food. What's been happening at the Dollhouse, Robin?
Oh, so many things have been happening at the Dollhouse. It's been the most exciting Dollhouse ever. Except that I can't even tell you everything that's happened because, number one, it's been so long since we recorded our last podcast that I can't remember everything. And number two, this podcast would be 2 hours if I told you everything. So I'm going to touch on some highlights. One of the things that is going on with food in my life is that there is a restaurant in San Francisco called Itza, and it's like an automated restaurant.
I saw your Periscope on this. This was like, it's so cool. I really want to go, but then I have to drive up there. But
I want to go. I want to take you there, but the problem is we have to call in sick or work remotely. Are you allowed to work remotely ever? Yeah. So I had to work remotely that day because they're only open during the week for lunch, basically.
That's it?
Yeah.
I guess when you're just robots, they don't have to If there's no humans there, I guess they can do whatever they want.
I feel like if there's no humans there, they should stay open all night, 24 hours.
That's
Come on,
true. But it's like it's up to them.
I know.
Whatever. If the robots, they just set it to store open or store closed, whatever they want to do.
Yeah. What do they care about customer service or how humans feel?
Go complain to that robot over there. They'll take care of you.
So that was super exciting. I highly recommend it if anyone hasn't eaten near them. And the vegan options are really good. And I got a bowl. You choose on a touch screen, kind of like an iPad. And it's not all vegan, obviously, but I do believe it's vegetarian. And it was very clearly marked what was vegan. It was super easy.
That makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, much easier. So another fun restaurant that I went to was Veganburg, which is the newest fast food restaurant in San Francisco that's vegan. And the only other one that I know of is in Singapore. And a friend of mine that I used to work with had gone to the Singapore one and told me about it. So I was kind of excited when they opened one in San Francisco.
It's been a long time coming.
It has been.
They've been like saying it's coming for a long time. And then we saw it, like Matt and I walked past it in the hate. And it was like all boarded up. It's like, it's coming. I'm like, okay, well, there's a sign up now. I still haven't been there, but it's good that at least it finally opened, because I know it's been like, people have been waiting for it to open.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that they were probably annoyed with me emailing them every month and being like, so.
They're like, this girl, we just gotta get it, work all night, because if I get another email from Robin, I'm gonna kill myself.
So when I went to Veganburg, it was still a soft opening, so they only had a few things on the menu. But they have these seaweed fries, which I'm a huge fan of. And yesterday they did was that yesterday? Oh gosh, this weekend has been insane.
I don't know.
Yesterday they did a David Bowie
yes, it was yesterday.
Themed party where anytime you bought a burger meal, you got a free soft serve cone, which is awesome. And they played only David Bowie all day. So
and I saw on their Instagram people were like dressing up from like
fun.
The Labyrinth. And stuff, like, people really got into it. So
it sounds
like
cool. It was fun. I should probably check out the pictures from that if anyone's been posting any, because I really wanted to go, but I had so many other things to work on. So the opening of Veganburg happened since our last podcast was recorded. And I also went to a place in Berkeley called the Cheese Board, which is a place that only has one pizza each day on the menu. So you have to kind of be a non-picky eater. The day that I went, the pizza was, I think, a broccolini pizza. And you can either order it dairy or vegan. And
every day, vegan or regular?
Yes.
Okay.
Every day.
Cool.
Vegan or regular. And then I ordered mine vegan, obviously. And so what it came with is the cheese was cheese made by the butcher's son, which, if you haven't already heard, is the newest vegan butcher in the Bay Area, and their cheese is phenomenal. Like, it is definitely up there with Miyoko, possibly better.
Ooh, I've heard of this. I've heard of this elusive butcher's son, but I haven't tried it.
So you didn't come to the Vegan Drinks event when Butcher's Son catered?
No,
oh, okay.
I went to the S&M one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So really, really, really high quality stuff. Delicious cheeses. And
where are they located?
The Butcher's Son doesn't have a storefront yet.
They don't. Okay. Well, where are they based? Is it local?
Berkeley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's really good, and that's exciting because I don't think I've tasted a better vegan pizza ever.
Ooh,
I'm pretty sure it's the best
I'm
one.
a pizza lover, so I have to get on that.
Yeah, get on it. So the cheese board, and then what else has been going on in the Vegan Dollhouse kitchen? We did a yogurt taste test, which was a blind taste test with 4 people that were all vegans, and we had about 15 kinds of yogurt, and the Kite Hill Blueberry was the winner.
The blueberry, really?
Yeah.
I think I remember you saying it was a Kite Hill, but I didn't know it was a blueberry one. I've had the Kite Hill. I usually stick with, even though I like fruity things, fruity yogurt would be fine, but I always stick with vanilla.
I do too.
You know, I just go to it. I don't know why.
I do too.
But I like the Kite Hill. I do like the Kite Hill vanilla. How did Almond Dream Vanilla come out? Because that's one of my go-tos as well.
I will have to consult my paperwork to tell you that.
That's like my go-to.
Okay.
I like that one. The vanilla one. I've never had the plain. I don't even go there. Any yogurts, I don't go for the plain. I go for the vanilla.
Okay.
So I'm curious how that one came. I should just go to your blog and
I don't think I reported all the results, actually. I think if you read my blog post, you would find out that I said, if you have any specific questions about the losers, then...
Only the winner gets space
Yeah,
here.
give me a comment.
Okay, it was a loser, so I know that. It wasn't the winner, but it's still good.
So that was super fun. I'd be totally down to do more blind taste tests if people are paying for the ingredients. That one was...
Yeah, someone else footing the bill.
That one was
Bring it
footing the
on.
bill. That was nice. So let's see. I did a trip for Christmas. You did a trip for Christmas too, didn't you?
I went to... No, I was here.
Oh, you were here?
Yeah, I had family in town, so it was
okay.
like I was traveling, kind of. Like I was a tourist here in the Bay Area. Yeah.
Well, the last trip you went to was Vegas, and since then you've updated your blog with your Vegas post, right?
Yes, in the last podcast I said, oh, it's happening. I am definitely updating the Vegas post before the New Year's episode goes up. And the day of, I was like, I was blasting through that post before I posted it, because I was making sure it was up before
because she knew Colorado.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I'm not getting that Robin spanking that was said I was going to happen if it didn't. I was like, no, I'll save that for later. No, I was like, no, I'm definitely getting this up. So it's up. Yay.
So my blog post is also up from my Christmas trip. And my Christmas in Paradise included a trip to Palm Springs, which was my first time ever in Palm Springs. And it had a trip to the Wolf Sanctuary, which is... about an hour north of Palm Springs in the middle of the desert. And then I, of course, ate at all the vegan places that I could find in Palm Springs, so that's all up there. And then a trip down to LA, where I went to Little Pine, which is Moby's new restaurant.
When I reported on this on a previous episode, I didn't know that all the proceeds go to animal organizations.
Which
I thought
is
it
amazing.
was a vegan restaurant is a vegan restaurant, right? It has to stay in business, so they don't have, I don't expect them to give all of their money to animal organizations, but Moby, I guess, has enough money. So he just is donating everything.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't put that in my blog post either, but I should have.
Yeah, I was surprised to learn that. So it's even a better choice for a vegan restaurant, because it all goes back to the animals.
Yes, it is the only choice. It's delicious. It is a little pricey, but the food is so good.
You're eating for charity, Rob.
Yeah, I know.
You're eating for charity.
I mean, life is rough, but okay.
Yeah.
I think I can handle it.
You stomach it. You can stomach the bill. It's going to little piggies and chickens and stuff.
Yeah, so if you're ever in the LA area, you have to go there. You can look at my pictures on my blog post if you want to drool about that. And then the next day, I went to brunch at Kitchen Mouse with Yvonne Deliciously Vegan, who is actually starting to make some really phenomenal cheese and crackers that are vegan and gluten-free. And so we might have her as a guest on our podcast sometime in the near future.
I've never heard of this Chicken Mouse.
Kitchen Mouse?
I said chicken. I've never heard of this Kitchen Mouse.
I hadn't either. And it's not even 100% vegan. I think it's mostly vegan. But
It's funny because it's a very vegan restaurant name.
Yeah.
Kitchen Mouse,
Yeah. It's really, the logo's super cute. Everything about it is adorable.
Yeah, it seems very
You would actually really like it. When I was inside, like the decorations and stuff, I think you'd be really into it.
I'll have to Google it and see what it looks like.
Yeah,
and then
cute.
eat there when I go down there next.
Yeah, you should. And so I was seeing it a lot on... not Yvonne's feed, but Vegan Fat Kid's feed. So he eats there a lot. And so when I was heading down, I was like, okay, where do I need to eat? Because I feel like the two of them are constantly at all the latest vegan restaurants in the area.
See, when we're traveling down from the Bay Area, it's like you have your favorites that you cannot not eat at. But they only leave so many places that you can try new places you can try. So it's a tough life. Going down there and be like, how I can only fit so much in my stomach. So it's some tough choices you have to make.
It's a hard knock life.
It is
for us.
For vegans going down to LA. It's hard. It's hard. It's a hard life.
So Kitchen Mouse is delicious. And I also stopped at Donut Friend to grab some donuts for the road. And if you haven't been to Donut Friend and you are at all into music, then you should go to Donut Friend because all the donuts are named after bands. And
They are?
Yeah.
What? This is always?
Always.
I never even noticed.
How could you not notice?
I didn't. I was
Were
just
you like, why did they pick these strange names?
I was too distracted by the donuts, I guess, to worry about what they were named. I never noticed that.
Yeah, they're all a little different. Like the Jawbreaker donut isn't called Jawbreaker, but it's called like something super similar. Java Breaker, because it's a coffee one.
Okay.
So they'll just change it just slightly. So like
Yeah.
the Drive by Jehu one is like Drive by something else.
Okay.
So it's like very similar to the original band name, but they change it a bit.
I was just too concerned about just stuffing 3 at a time into my mouth. So and I made myself sick because I ate too many of them.
Really?
A little bit. I was a little bit like,
You gotta pace
God.
yourself. You gotta pace yourself.
Oh God, I know. Well, that was I've only been there once. So now I've learned to pace myself with the donuts because they're like huge.
Yeah, they are.
You know.
And the first time I went, I got the donut with the topping, with the ice cream, with the this. It was like this. It was so tall.
Like a donut sundae, basically.
I was like, okay, yeah, basically. It was really good. But this time, since I knew I was eating them in the car, I got just donuts in a box and.
Even they're just donuts, I feel like it'd be hard to eat in the car because they're just like stuff like everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure I did that.
But you got something more simple, which I never do.
No, I definitely don't.
Give me your most outrageous donut you have.
Same. So that was a little bit of a snippet of my Christmas trip, which was delicious, and I'm happy to share with you if you want to go to my website. I also made, was this for New Year's Eve? Yeah. For New Year's Eve, I made pizza rolls, which, if you don't already know, is kind of like a cinnamon roll, but pizza. So it's like a savory cinnamon roll. They're so
also
good.
pizza rolls just like little pockets that you get the freezer section?
I've never heard of that. I do not know.
Is this a Clueless Corner?
Clueless Corner!
So maybe just because I grew up on like frozen foods and like crap food, like pizza rolls for most people like would probably be like the little, not bread, like, but it would be like the crust kind of equivalent in this little thing. It's like a little square of like crust, and then like there's like the little pepperoni pieces and like the cheese and marinara is stuffed inside, and they're like little, and they're just shit. They're they're like just a horrible food, but you just put them in the microwave. Or so the people that are really fancy put them in the oven, and they just that's it. That's like what a regular pizza roll is. But yeah, this would be more like a cinnamon roll, but made of pizza ingredients, which is much better, I'm sure.
Which somebody on my Periscope actually suggested a different name. And I stuck with pizza rolls, but since I haven't put it on my website yet, I can still pick whatever name I want.
Yeah, you don't want it associated with the crap pizza rolls.
No, I don't.
You're like, oh, pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Those are like crap stuff I used to eat when I was a kid.
Okay, so I'll rewatch my Periscope on the pizza rolls
Pizza
on
bun?
Catch.
Pizza bun?
It was something cute. And they were like, oh, in London or wherever they were from, we call them this.
Oh,
and I was like, oh.
Everything's called something better in London, so I would go with that suggestion.
Okay, so I need to rewatch that.
Sight unseen, I go for that person's suggestion.
Sight unseen. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, those were delicious. I also have a friend who happens to star on our intro song, playing the ukulele. Her name's Jessica, and she's working on a zine that is about dessert cafes in the Bay Area. She's not vegan, so it's not all vegan, but there is a vegan section where we went to Happiness Cafe together, which is in San Jose, and it's a vegan dessert cafe with super cute stuff. So we went there, and she did a page on that, and then we also made cinema roll donuts, which if you're not familiar with Sanrio characters, cinema roll is a white puppy that is really cute.
I thought you just said cinnamon wrong.
I thought you were just clueless. I thought it was a clueless corner.
I don't know how to say cinnamon. Thank you, you've enlightened me. That was an Ashley clueless corner because I did not know what that was.
So yes, so the Cinnamon Roll Donuts are on our Instagram for Dolls and Donuts. If you don't already follow our Instagram.
Oh, the one with the big long ears?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's cute, huh? It's going to be making a debut in a zine soon, so that'll be exciting. And then the only other thing that happened that is worth discussing is that I went to the Fancy Food Show in San Francisco for my first time last weekend.
Sounds fancy.
It was so not fancy.
Oh, really? Ugh, that's not very fun. That's misleading. I would ask for your money back.
It's true.
Fancy Food Show was not fancy. To lure you in.
It was a little less than fancy, I have to admit. There were a lot of people. It was kind of like going to Expo, Natural Foods Expo. Except that there were fewer vegan things. You had to walk down more aisles.
Poo-poo.
per vegan item. So that ratio was not in my favor. But I did discover a few new things. One of them is that Califia now is making a half and half, which is called the Better Half, which is a coconut almond creamer for coffee. And since I am a coffee addict, this is very exciting to me. I already use their other creamer that they have out, which is flavored creamer.
It's a good name, Better Half.
It is a very good name. So I'm excited about that coming out. I don't think it's out yet, but it's coming soon to a store near you. And I met Color Kitchen, which is a company that makes all-natural vegan food coloring, which is also exciting for me because I make a lot of foods with food coloring. And the Wilton crap is just chemicals. I mean, it's vegan, but it's not great for you. So,
yeah, it's just poison not from animals.
Yeah.
Like, it's made in the lab instead.
Yeah. So I'm excited about Color Kitchen. I already experimented with their pink by making Ashley some very spectacular cupcakes for this special Ashley's birthday episode.
Yes,
new
Dolls and
Donuts.
When you're hearing this already, my new decade of life.
Yes. Oh, it is. This is a big birthday.
Yeah, it's a big
birthday. Yay. I didn't even know. So
you didn't know?
I didn't know.
You didn't know this was my 30th birthday?
Mm-mm. No, I have no idea how old you were turning.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how old people are.
I've said during the podcast how old I was going to be.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah.
So
I'd like to know if you knew it was my 30th, how much bigger it would be, because I was a random old 27 or 28. Like,
no, I don't show preferences for milestone birthdays.
No?
Or whatever.
Okay,
no.
that's fine.
No,
I thought I was missing out on something.
I'm only celebrating your birth, not how old you are. Not
how long that's happened. How long ago that happened.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay.
So the Color Kitchen was used on the donuts that are on top of your cupcakes.
Which are adorable.
That are on top of the icing that is on top of your cupcakes.
Yeah, the icing that's on top of the donut.
Yes.
Is on top of the icing that's on top of the cupcake.
Yes, exactly.
God, I'm gonna have diabetes after I eat one of those. But it'll be worth it. The shots will be worth it. I'm sure we'll have a picture of those up on the Instagram at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pictures will be coming soon. Another thing I got to try for my first time at the Fancy Food Show was Miyoko's new mozzarella, which is not yet in stores, but her butter is. So if you live in California and you are tired of Earthbounds and you want a cleaner butter, then you can find that at Whole Foods.
Yeah, there's not much alternative to Earthbounds. Like, everyone just uses Earthbounds. And they have a good variety if you don't like certain things. Like, I get the soy-free one. They have like the olive oil one. They have all kinds of different ones, but a different brand would be nice to try.
Yeah. Well, also hers actually tastes really good.
Yeah.
Like, it tastes, if you were just to eat, for me, Earth Balance is kind of like something I use as an ingredient.
Yeah.
But if you were to like spread it on toast, I think hers is better.
Okay. Earth Balance is like fine. I'm not like, oh, I missed that buttery taste. It's like, okay, it's butter to me. It looks the same. It tastes the same to me. I'm just not picky about it, but
that's good.
I'd try it for sure.
Yeah. And it has cute packaging. All of Miyoko's things. So the mozzarella I tried as like a raw, like a caprese, I guess. And then also, am I saying that right? I don't even know how to say that word.
Caprese?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. And then I tried it on a pizza. Delicious on a pizza. Once this stuff goes throughout all of America's stores, global, no one will want it again, I'm pretty sure. It's really phenomenal. And then one of the reasons that we were at the Fancy Food Show was to get donations for Prom, because I'm on the vegan prom committee, and there's a company called Gen Zen that makes vegan chocolate sauce. They make a couple different flavors, and she donated a big tub of vegan chocolate sauce for the prom.
Yeah, and on the vegan prom Instagram, it said, like, what do you suggest we do for this? I was thinking, like, just chocolate shots. Like,
shots!
Yeah. That's my kind of shots. I'm not interested in the other kind.
Like, little plastic shot glass cup things that I used for the yogurt tasting left.
Yeah, there you go. Is it the little, like, I don't know if you've seen her regular one. I think I may have got one. Is it like kind of like solid? It's not solid, but it's more like a solid than you melt it.
Yeah,
it's not like liquidy when you get it, right? I think I may have got one in Vegan Cuts. 1 Month in Vegan Cuts.
Probably.
Okay. If that was the same one, it was very good.
Yeah, it's delicious. I got it before. I can never remember the names for anything, but there's like an Abe's. There's some online store where you can get tons of vegan stuff called like Abe's Market or something.
I have not heard of that.
I might be saying it all wrong also, which is probably why you haven't heard of it.
It's called Jessica's or something. And she's like, Abe's? Jessica's vegan store.
After this, I'll look it up and we'll put it in the show notes for you guys. And then it'll be called Jessica's. So if you see something weird, just that's it. That's the one. We'll put Abe's in parentheses so you know what we're talking about.
We'll put Abe's, quotes, Jessica's.
Because we're talking about vegan prom, maybe this is a good time to go into my top 10 list.
Yeah, I think just pull a little list out of your pocket.
Pull this list out of my pocket. And I think we might actually connect with Periscope for this part. So we can see if anybody's out there.
We'll see how this goes. This is our first time Periscoping.
Hello, hello.
Ooh, my hair looks nice and full. It's just these headphones, though.
All right. So we're here with you. Hi. We're here with you. We're recording our podcast called Dolls and Doughnuts, for anyone who doesn't know. And
Episode 4.
Episode 4.
If you're just learning about
of the Dolls and Doughnuts podcast. And we've recorded some, and we're taking a break to include you guys in this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the top 10 reasons why everyone should go to the San Francisco Vegan Prom that is happening on March 5th. And after I go through those reasons, we're going to take questions if you guys have any questions. You can't find my podcast and you don't know how to use it. Well, there's
you
a
don't
link.
have. You just listen to it. You don't have to use it.
Yeah. No using. Don't use us.
You don't have to use the podcast. You just listen to it. Just go on iTunes and search Dolls and Doughnuts, the long version with the G, and it's there.
Mm-hmm. This is Ashley, my co-host. She is known as Ashley the Vegan on the internet, also known as the Vegan Adventure.
.com.
Okay. So, top 10 reasons why you should not miss the San Francisco Vegan Prom.
On March 5th, 2016.
Number 1, it will be better than your high school prom if you went. Did you go?
I did. I actually had a boyfriend.
And
went
was
to the
it
prom, just totally normal person prom.
Okay.
I didn't have to pay anybody to take me or anything.
Wait, did your dad pay anyone?
No. Oh, my dad would pay everyone not to take me to prom. Forget about it. He'd be like, you better not take my daughter to prom. He's like one of those dads. But no, I went with my boyfriend. It was completely normal and nothing interesting happened at all.
Did you lose your virginity?
No. No, I would never be so cliched. My dad's not going to listen to the podcast anymore after he heard you ask that.
Oops, sorry, Dad.
No, I'm not that cliched.
Okay.
No, it was fun.
Okay, this one's going to be better.
I wasn't vegan then, so it has to be better now.
All right. Okay, well, I didn't go. Well, I asked my mom to make me a dress, which she did. It matched my hair, because my hair was bright purple back then, and she made me a purple and white dress. I put it on. I got ready. I drove to the prom. I sat in the parking lot and decided not to go in, and then left.
I feel like you have told me this before, but I feel like I'm hearing it all again for the first time. So you just go right back home and be like, I changed my mind, or did you stay out long enough?
Oh, no, we definitely went out. We went out.
Oh, okay.
We went and did something. Probably got
bowling
into a lot
or something.
of trouble.
Oh, okay.
How long are we vegan? That's what we want to know.
I will be vegan 4 years in March.
I don't know. I don't know what month I went vegan, but it's 16
March
years.
8th.
It's a long time.
So it's that's right around the prom, my vegan anniversary and
perfect.
vegetarian anniversary. I was vegetarian 5 years before I went vegan, so almost a decade without meat. And
we can just pretend that the prom is to celebrate. Yeah, that.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Well, we didn't. That wasn't why it was being held then. Oh, okay.
Okay. Number 2. The theme is Alice in Vegan Wonderland. Can it be better than that? I'm thinking no. Is there a theme that's better than that?
I did vote for Masquerade.
That was a mistake. That was a typo, though, right?
Yes, it was a typo.
Okay. Number 3. The PIC, that is my acronym for the people in charge, in case
Thank you. I was like, what does that mean?
One of my favorite movies, top 10 movies, is Wrist Cutters, and that is a term from Wrist Cutters. So if you haven't seen Wrist Cutters, you should. It's excellent.
That sounds like something you'd watch on Halloween.
Oh, no. It's not scary. It's funny.
Okay.
Okay.
Funny wrist cutting. Okay.
So the PIC are known for organizing other awesome vegan events in the area because Rosie, who is another organizer, has done a wonderful job organizing some really good vegan potlucks, like potlucks that get like 100 attendees. Like
I think the potluck that we talked about in our first episode.
Maybe, yeah.
The one with the cute piggy.
With the cute piggy
about.
watermelon.
I think she organized that.
She did, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got a good team on this prom. All right, number 4, there will be a free photo booth.
Sold. That'll be fun.
For all of you vain people who like to take pictures at events, this is for you. I intend to visit the photo booth frequently. I would like to take a picture with everyone there, if that were possible.
Are there going to be, like, props or no?
There are going
to
be
props. Like, a boa on a top hat and, like, the mustache on a stick.
No.
You know, those kind of things.
Not that kind of thing. Top hat, yes. They have to be Alice in Wonderland themed.
Okay.
So there's not going to be a lot. Ooh.
Does somebody wear a monocle in Alice in Wonderland? I feel like somebody should. No.
The rabbit? No, he has a pocket watch.
Okay.
Not a monocle. Or maybe he did have
maybe in
both.
Some versions he has a monocle.
What about the caterpillar? Did he have a monocle?
Oh, yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like there was a monocle somewhere involved in there.
Yeah.
So that's my request for the prop. I want to wear it in a picture.
If you see one at a Goodwill between now and then, let me know.
Monocle shopping.
Alrighty. Let's see. Number 5 reason not to miss the prom. We will be accepting song requests in advance through social media from anyone who has purchased a ticket. So
NSYNC's greatest hits. That's my only.
NSYNC?
Greatest hits.
I might need to veto that one. But anyway.
Okay, that's fine. But if I hear a Backstreet Boys song, there's going to be a throwdown, a riot. Because if NSYNC's not being played, then Backstreet Boys can't be played.
Deal.
Okay. I can live with that.
So we want everybody to have a good time and hear songs that they like. So
sorry for all those NSYNC fans out there.
Except for your
You're out of luck. Sorry. I tried for us.
So
I said NSYNC and I have a bunch of hearts.
Oh, you think that? Yeah. You think that's what those hearts are for?
There's gonna be like a dance, like a West Side Story kind of like dance battle between like the Backstreet Boy fans and the NSYNC fans, like in the middle of the
This is what you're envisioning?
Yeah.
Are you dreaming of prom already?
Yeah. Yeah. West Side Story kind of battle, like dancing battle between NSYNC fans and Backstreet Boy fans. That's really my prom fantasy, so maybe it will come true this time.
I hope so. For your sake, I hope so. For my sake, I hope not. Okay, reason number 6. The event is cruelty-free, eco-friendly, and LGBT-friendly. It's basically everybody-friendly, which is
That was one thing that wasn't very good about my prom, that it had to be heterosexual couples.
So
I went to a Catholic school. Okay, so I guess I would have been expected, I guess. Bullshit. Like, I shouldn't be surprised. But, that was something that... And you couldn't go stag, either.
Oh, yeah.
So you couldn't go by yourself, and you couldn't go with the same sex. You had to have a date. Yeah, my friends didn't have a date. It was like, I guess I'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, that's BS.
Yeah, so there was a lot of things that... This is more inclusive in lots of ways. So that's good.
There's another very good reason. You can come by yourself. You can come with whoever you want. You can bring your pet. Not really.
I was just going to say that. Speciesism, right? You heard it here first.
We have an FAQ section on the BayAreaSoiree.com website, and it does, one of the questions is, can I bring my pet? And it says service.
You can bring a
animals
picture
only.
of your pet and wear it around your neck, like a memorandum or something.
That would be ideal. All right. Number 7. Tickets are only $30, and it includes drinks, food, and a raffle ticket. What a deal.
What a deal.
Reason number 8 why you should come to prom. Food is being prepared by the best vegan chefs in the San Francisco Bay Area, including Shane and Marie from S&M Vegan, and The Butcher's Son, and RG from Ostic Vegan, and Taqueria La Veganza. Is that how you say it?
I have no idea.
The vegan taco truck that's in the East Bay. So yeah, there's going to be really good food donated. Reason number 9 why you should go to the vegan prom. All the proceeds are going directly to the Humane League. So
if you didn't need any of the other reasons, that's the one.
That's like a huge one.
Yeah.
Hello. And reason number 10, raffle items. There's going to be so many things that you can win in the raffle. including Go Max Go candy bars, which are the ones that make the Twilight and the
okay. I was going to say I've never heard of those, but I do know those brands. Okay.
Yeah. And Phil's Coffee and vegan cookbooks and just tons of stuff. There's going to be great raffle prizes. And you can actually find out all the sponsors for the raffle and for food that we're serving at the event by going to the website at bayareasoiree.com and clicking on the sponsors tab. This is your chance to interview us. And if not, then where is it again and the date? That is a great question. It is in San Francisco, in the Mission District, at the Women's Building, and the date is March 5th, which is the first Saturday of March. So this concludes our 4th episode of Dolls and Donuts. If you are listening on YouTube, you can leave us a comment. If you're listening on iTunes, you can rate us, but only if you're ready to rate us 5 stars.
Otherwise, just keep listening until we win your heart over.
And I think if you rate it, then it helps the podcast rank higher in searches, which is really good for people who haven't discovered us yet. So that would be awesome. And if you're listening to Dolls and Donuts for the very first time, please subscribe so that you don't miss any future episodes. And if you want to find us anywhere that isn't on this podcast, Ashley, where can people find you?
So you can find all of my information on theveganadventure.com. So that's my blog. And you can find all of the links there to Instagram, Twitter, the Facebook page. And that's my blog where I really mostly just catalog the vegan travels I have. So if you're going somewhere and you don't want to like scour Yelp and Happy Cow and all those places, you can go to my website, and I may have already traveled there and found a bunch of yummy vegan food for you to have. So check it out if you're going anywhere.
And that's a pretty new website, so most of what they find on there is going to be new, right?
Yeah, most of it's, I started it a little over a year ago. So most of it's pretty recent. Probably don't have too many closures or anything. Most of it is pretty recent, and even though it's only been a year, I've already like updated. I've gone several times to a certain place. I'm still updating it every time. So it's pretty up to date.
And she travels a lot, so this is actually, she's a good resource. I feel like you travel a lot.
I do. I just got like tired of like starting from scratch every time I went somewhere, like researching. Which I still do, but now I feel like somebody can get something out of it besides me.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And so you can also go to vegandollhouse.com, which is Robin's website, where I do blog posts on vegan adventures that I have, which there's a blog post on the prom that I'm organizing, there's a blog post on the Palm Springs Christmas, and there's a blog post on the yogurt taste test if you want to find out who the top winners were. And I will definitely find out that question you had about the yogurt.
the almond dream, vanilla.
And
I gotta know.
Other than blog posts, I also post recipes. So there's a new recipe up there for some red velvet cake and for the cinnamon roll donuts, which are featured on our Dolls and Donuts Instagram. And I also made some lentil lovelies, which are basically like lentil cupcakes with mashed potato frosting. And those are on there.
They're just, okay. I was like, lentil cupcakes? Ew, that'd be kind of gross, but with potato, okay, I gotcha. Yeah. It's a savory cupcake.
Yeah, it is.
It's not lentils with icing on top.
Definitely not. It's a meal. It's a meal.
Yum. Ooh, I think that's so cute now. I was disgusted before, but now I'm like intrigued.
Yeah, that's why I called them lentil lovelies, because I felt like if I called them lentil cupcakes, people would get the wrong idea.
I went to like the black bean brownie route.
Oh yeah,
frame, like where it's still supposed to be sweet, but there's a savory thing in it.
Yep.
That's where I went.
Yes.
And with lentils, I just didn't.
That was a safe place to go. If anybody doesn't know about the black bean brownie, that was originated by, what was her name?
Oh, I have no clue.
Okay. So
I just know that people make black bean brownies.
Yeah, it's like a gluten-free healthy brownie, like sugar-free, gluten-free healthy brownie. And a lot of people would make it. They're very popular. It was all started by this one girl who has a cookbook, and I can't even remember her name now. She's not even completely vegan, but her recipes are great. And she just produced content like crazy. Just a ton of content.
Well, sorry, lady. We don't know who you are.
So that's You can find all that stuff on my website. I'm also on Periscope and Catch, where you can find stuff on the pizza rolls I talked about earlier. Every once in a while, if you're lucky, you'll catch me doing some emo karaoke sessions with Jessica, who's featured in our podcast song. And the Fancy Food Fest and Miyoko, that was all on Periscope. And I do a weekly Periscope show on Sunday nights at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time called DIY at the Dollhouse, where I make something, vegan of course. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. I would like to point out that I posted pictures while I was at Little Pine on my Instagram, and Moby liked them.
Ooh.
Which I'm a dork and think that that's the coolest thing
It
ever.
is cool.
He probably likes every picture that people post when they eat out at his restaurant, but I was very excited about it.
I don't know about that. That's cool.
I also made some little mini marshmallow treats for New Year's Eve, and Dandy's reposted it, which made me really excited too.
I felt special about that because my name was in it too, because I got you the torch that you used to torch the marshmallows.
Oh, that's right.
So I was like part of that too.
Yay!
Yeah.
That was a really good gift. Thank you for that.
I pay attention. One Periscope, like months ago, she says, "Oh, my food torch is horrible. I hate it." And I was like,
wait, is that my voice?
No. That was just like whining. No. So I just filed it away. And
This
I got
is
it
what
for
Robin's
Christmas.
voice sounds like in Ashley's head.
No. That's a caricature of your voice. No, but I was like, oh, I contributed to this.
Oh, you did. It was really nice of you. It was a very sweet and thoughtful gesture. And on Twitter, my exciting Twitter posts this past month were that I made a cold brew coffee float out of Steve's ice cream and Jittery John's cold brew, and Jittery John's retweeted it and asked me to make them one.
God, you were just like, it was a little Miss Popular. You're going to be that person everyone hates at prom.
Oh, no!
Like, God, can't you just get any more attention?
Well, lucky for everyone who goes to prom, there's going to be no prom king and queen, so you don't have to worry about losing some popularity contest. Everyone is equal. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Dolls and donuts, dolls and donuts.